Hi there, welcome to my channel, Whispering Willow Oracle. Today we're going to be doing a full moon reading. This is for the full moon in Leo. It is occurring at 5 degrees in Leo on January 25th at 12:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to be going through each zodiac sign, starting with Aries. So there will be timestamps below for each sign. I just wanted to say as well that please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I will be reading for your rising sign primarily, but I also encourage you to look at your sun and moon signs as well, because you might find something there and probably get a little bit more in-depth information about that. So this is going to be the first full moon of 2024. It's going to be illuminating areas of love, expression, joy, creativity, passion. It's going to be highlighting leadership energy because it is in the sign of Leo, which is kind of our ego leader of the zodiac, and you know that brings with it the shadow side and the light side of the ego. So there could be some things highlighted there. You could be doing a lot of shadow work too, depending on what sign you identify with as your rising sun or moon. You will be kind of getting in touch with what really matters to you, what really matters to your core values, to your morals, aligning your actions and your plans with what feels right, with what feels in alignment with your values. So kind of getting into the ideals of authenticity, like how authentic are you being with yourself? How authentic are you being with others? How authentic are you in all of your actions? And talking about career and our jobs, it's what we do every day. It's what we spend all of our time doing. So how in alignment is that with your authenticity, like with who you are essentially deep down? So also getting in contact with deep parts of yourself that sometimes take courage to express. So those might be coming to the surface. You might be, exposing certain parts of yourself to trusted people and actually getting into alignment with those people. And also fertility. So not just physical fertility in the traditional biological sense. That could be it for you as well. You could be dealing with some fertility issues or with pregnancy, but I'm kind of getting here more of like a creative energy, like creation, bringing ideas and things into this reality. So your manifestation abilities and what you want to create in this world, any art that you're working on, and also doing some inner child work too. So that always for me feels like it goes hand in hand with shadow work. So really getting into the nitty gritty of why we are the way we are, and understanding sometimes the things that happen to us as children, and when we suppress a certain part of ourselves, we lose a little piece of our authenticity, and we don't even really realize it's happening, but over time it really adds up to something major. So you might be pulling from really deep parts of yourself to get into connection with this inner child, with your authenticity and your creative passion. So I'm not going to say too much more here. I'm going to let you go ahead and choose from the timestamp below for any signs that resonate with you. You might also want to cross watch for someone who you care about, family, friends, partnerships, just to get a deeper understanding of what's going on in their life as well. So I hope you enjoy the reading, and if you do, don't forget to give it a like, and please subscribe if you feel drawn to. If not, hopefully I'll catch you in a future reading. Take care. Bye. Hi there, welcome to your full moon reading. I'm going to be starting with Aries today. So we're going to take some tarot cards and some oracle cards and just see what messages we have coming through. I am doing the reading today for Aries rising, sun, and moon signs. So let's get our deck here. This deck, I don't know, I felt drawn to pull it for you, although sometimes it's a little sticky, so just bear with me a little bit here while we're shuffling. Okay, so Aries, just in some of my notes, like getting started here for your reading, it came through that you're going to be like working on your inner child, learning how to lead with compassion and love and authenticity. You might be kind of getting a connection with like different modes of self-expression. So especially if you're being, drawn to any creative endeavors, you may have questions about what freedom really means and looks like for you. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and beings of the highest white light for being here today, providing the Aries collective with messages. Okay, yeah, so I see here that you're kind of, you're coming out of a slow period in your life, slower than usual. I think during this time you really had to get into connecting with your emotions, which isn't something that you're always the most comfortable doing. Sorry, we have a lot coming through here, so I'll take these ones here. Yeah, I think you've had the opportunity to quieten down, and it wasn't overly enjoyable for you. It wasn't the most enjoyable experience, but it was really important. And I don't know what it was. There may have been something that made you slow down. Maybe you were kind of had a tower moment, or you lost a job, or you lost a relationship, or something here just kind of stopped for you midway and caused you to reevaluate everything in your life. I think that connecting with your emotions has brought you kind of into this place where ideas so I also think that maybe there was travel plans that, sorry, I'm kind of switching over here. There may have been travel plans that got kind of stopped midway. You may love to travel, or you may have to travel for work, and that had to stop for some reason. I don't know if it had to do with like what went on in like 2020, or if that's something that's like more recent. But I think here it's telling you to like turn back to something, to turn back to maybe what was it that brought you a lot of joy when you were a child? Like, did you really enjoy playing sports? Do you need to get back into playing sports in order to get into contact with a portion of your inner child, which you have a hard time bringing up? And there's only a way to access that inner child through certain experiences, if that makes sense. Like, that part of you isn't accessible when you're just meditating, or it's not really accessible when you're working or when you're reading a book. It's only accessible when you're moving your body or doing like a competitive sport or an active sport or something like that. I'm getting here that you're returning to something. It may be returning to your home, like to your family home or to a hometown, whether your family still lives there or not. There's certain memories that still reside there for you, and there may be old friends, there may be old relationships or people who you still like wonder about or care about, but it's been a long time since you've had any interaction with them. But I think that like reconnecting or reevaluating older relationships is going to be super important for you, and to see kind of like understand where you may have lost the trust for others or lost the trust for yourself. Like you're relearning how to trust your intuition about people, how to trust your intuition about situations, how to like trusting your intuition in reading a room. Like you used to feel like you could walk in and you understood what was going on, you understood the dynamics, and now you're kind of or recently or you've noticed that you really question yourself on that, and you question your ability to understand the motives behind other people. Maybe because you felt tricked, or you felt like you didn't see something in a past relationship, so now you're struggling with trusting yourself here. Okay, I want to get a few clarifying cards here. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and beings of the white light, for assisting us in finding that's a lot, finding clarity for Aries here. Your higher self, so kind of reconnecting with your spirit guides, your higher self, trusting in your intuition. Like I kind of said before, I think you're finding your way back to that, and finding out like what your values really are and prioritizing them, and that's going to take you getting in contact with your higher self, with your so you're familiarizing yourself with your old self. Like you're taking the mask off, you're understanding where you're coming from, where other people are coming from. Like you're really starting to connect with who you are. Like you hid yourself from yourself, if that makes sense. Like you might be connecting with your divine feminine energy. It doesn't matter if you're male, female here. You may be connecting with that energy and kind of learning how to receive, how to relax, how to be in the now. Decrease. So yeah, you're decreasing the amount of responsibility you have for other people, for other people's emotions, for the amount of responsibilities you have just outside of yourself. So like work responsibilities, even things that you kind of once enjoyed. Like it may have been that you used to, I don't know, I'm getting like, you know, used to go to the gym with somebody, and now you're kind of like, well, I don't really want to go to the gym anymore with a friend. I'd like to go alone, or I'd like to go to a different gym, or I'd like to start doing different exercises. I don't know why I'm getting this specifically, but that like you're reprioritizing yourself and not just doing things because you have an obligation to other people. So you're decreasing your obligations, and because you've decreased the amount of energy you're putting out, you're increasing the amount of energy that you're reserving for yourself. And that is not selfish. That's not a bad thing. It's a really good, healthy thing. I mean, obviously it has to be in balance, but I see here that this is you getting into balance. Like the decrease is you reaching a level of like equality or equanimity between these energies. I'm just going to quickly take one more for you here, one more message for this full moon cycle for Aries. What is it that is being illuminated for them? I'm just getting it's like a big change in how you spend your time, your free time. How you spend your free time now. Thank you for providing us with messages for the Aries collective for this new moon period. Goodness, okay. So North Node, yeah. What are your true passions and desires? What is it that you are working towards and striving towards? What are you trying to improve in your life? Where is it that you want to go? You know, it's taking away, not focusing so much on the past, like going back to the past and taking the lessons that needed to be learned from that time in your life, taking those lessons away with you, and doing the reflection that you need to do, or doing it. You've already done it, but it's coming out of that time too, like realizing that there needs to be a time limit on how much you spend your time reflecting, how much time you spend going over old events or past events, right? We can't spend our whole lives reevaluating situations, and there needs to be a step forward here. So I think whether you've been doing the work or you're starting the work, it's just a reminder that like it's not going to last forever, and you know the future is calling. The future is going to be happening. You know, no matter what, we're constantly moving through time. We're always in the present, but your present become like what am I trying to say here? Like your present is your past and your future. So if you're not living and doing the right thing for you right now and becoming in alignment with your higher self, with your purpose in this moment, you know, you're altering your future, or the things that you spend your time on now will affect how your future looks. So to be conscious of that, and to not spend more time than is necessary contemplating and reflecting on the past, doing it enough so that we can heal and move forward and not repeat mistakes of the past, but not getting stuck in that energy so that we can go forward and become the people that we're supposed to become here. So I just see you reconnecting more with your inner child and your authentic purpose and needs, and moving forward with that, decreasing your obligations to others around you, and having more time for yourself and for the things that actually matter to you. Okay, I'm going to leave your message here, Aries. Thank you so much for being here, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more. If not, hopefully I'll catch you in a future reading for either your lunar astrology reading, or for just like the current energies, or some other big card in the future. But we will see. All right, take care, Aries. Bye now. Okay, Taurus. We're going to be looking at your tarot and oracle cards regarding what is going on for you right now during this full moon in Leo. It is occurring at 5 degrees, and in my notes here, I have that it's occurring for you in your 4th house, especially if you have a Taurus rising. Now, this message could be for sun or moon signs as well. I am primarily reading for the rising sign, but I think there could be messages in any place that you find Taurus in your chart. But okay, so for the fourth house, that rules your family, feelings, home, and hurt. So it might be putting more of an emphasis or illuminating patterns in your home life, in your daily life, emotional health, stemming back to your early childhood. So you could be doing some inner child work. Maybe you're going to, like, actually going to a course, or you're doing some sort of like therapeutic activity here. You're going to be considering why you are the way you are, why you're not the way you're not. Like, are you pursuing what actually matters to you? Are you feeling good about the structure of your home, about the structure of your relationships? So you have the 8 of Pentacles, and you'd be doing a lot of internal work, but also like actual work, you know, focusing a lot on your career. What is it that like you're manifesting in your life through just your daily activities? Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and beings of the highest white light, for providing us with clear messages today for the Taurus collective. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and beings of the highest white light, for providing Taurus with messages. A lot of earth energy. So Taurus, of course, is an earth sign. Okay. I think you've really kind of felt like either you are, okay, so you could be a mother, or you could kind of embody mother energy, whether you're male, female, or even if you don't have kids, like maybe there are other people in your life, maybe people at work who you feel like you kind of parent or mother. But if you are actually a mother, could be that you're feeling a little bit neglected, like maybe not taken care of, like you're putting so much energy, or that could also be that you're putting so much energy into work, you feel like you're neglecting your duties as a mother, or you feel like you haven't been a good leader or nurturer or something like that. Like you're not feeling super positive about yourself. So the Hierophant here. Yeah, this could be about marriage. So if you're in a partnership, This is kind of giving me like contractual, like, so I think that a change is needed in your home life, especially on the front of how, you know, if you're in a partnership, like how you and your partner spend time with yourself, with your kids, with each other. Do you focus too much on work? Is there too much emphasis on work outside of the home? Are you feeling like your duties are being taken care of, or are you feeling neglected? Are you feeling like others within the relationship like are neglecting you or seeing you as just you know, I mean, maybe not fully appreciating or seeing you for what you're doing? I think there could be a bit of a shock coming for you, or like a sudden realization, especially if you've been putting off having important conversations or really contemplating about this. Like maybe you felt for a while that things are unbalanced or things are off, and you're going to be forced to come to a realization about this. But I do see that there will be healing and there will be forgiveness. Like you're going to forgive each other for this, but only maybe after there is a little bit of a blowout or conversations or emotions come to a head. I know that Tauruses can be seen as a little bit stubborn, or perhaps a little bit avoidant of conflict. At least that's been my experience with some Tauruses. But I think that you're going to be forced to face this issue head on, whatever the issue is for you, between you and this other person, or between you and other obligations in your life. You're going to be forced to see it, but there's going to be resolution. There is. It's not just going to come to a head and explode and then everyone goes their own way. I feel like, you know, there will be positive change. It's just if it's not dealt with head on, then the change will be forced upon you. So it's always usually better to see things coming, I guess, and deal with them head on. But other times we need these rude awakenings to really help us understand where we need to make positive changes in our lives. Maybe we didn't realize that someone was feeling hurt by us or neglected by us, and we just don't see it coming. So there could be something here. So victim mentality came out. Someone, either you or this other person, could be feeling overburdened and like no one understands you, or they might feel that no one understands them, and so they're acting upon that, and they're kind of like this self-fulfilling prophecy of like, you've been hurt, and so you act hurt, and therefore you hurt others because you have this unhealed pain that is causing you to lash out or to react to people, and that's not working out for you. It's not helping you. It's kind of hindering them. And take this as it resonates. It could be for you, or it could be another person in the relationship. So keep that in mind. Even when I say you, I kind of mean like a person within the situation. You or the other person could be possessing or in possession or acting out of this victim mentality here. So the honoring path, this is giving me a lot of like Leo energy here, and this is the full moon in Leo, so it could be highlighting the path that you need to take in order to be successful in this situation, in this relationship, potentially relationship situation. That's what I'm primarily picking up on, especially because this has to do with your home life, and it could be any type of relationship, but yeah, so increase. I think there's going to be this is giving me kind of 7 of Cups vibes here, but I think you're going to be coming out of this victim mentality. It is a little bit in the past, but it may have dictated your or another person's actions in the past that has led to this situation, this blow up, or this heated passionate coming together. And passion can be good or bad. I mean, passion can be a wonderful thing. It can also be very destructive. So I kind of am getting that the situation is going to come to a head. you're going to have this highlighted. You're going to kind of start to understand why you were acting the way you were acting, or why this other person was acting the way they were acting, and getting to the bottom of it, but coming out of it and getting to a place where you both can move ahead in a fertile and productive manner, and make the situation more comfortable for the individuals involved here. And I think that the harmony within the home is increasing, but it takes this time of maybe a little bit of conflict to get to this point of finding your more comfortable routine with this other person, and getting into a balance and understanding, and having like a compassionate, understanding place for both of you here. So I'm going to leave your reading there for you, Taurus. I hope if this resonated, please leave a comment below and let me know how it resonated and if this makes any sense for you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more like this, feel free to subscribe, and hopefully I'll catch you again in a future reading. Take care. Bye, Taurus. Okay, Gemini, hi, welcome to your reading today for the full moon in Leo. It is occurring at 5 degrees of Leo at 12:54 p.m. Eastern on January 25th, 2024. It's going to be occurring in your 3rd house. So that's if you are a Gemini rising. Of course, these messages can be for your sun and moon placements, or any other placements that you have with Gemini, but I am reading more from a rising sign position. So please take the messages that resonate and leave what doesn't. Check out your other signs too to get like more of a comprehensive idea as well. And of course, cross watchers are welcome here. So this is happening in your 3rd house of communication. So it could be highlighting methods that you communicate with, how you communicate, styles of communication. It could be potentially escalating conflicts here. It could be telling us to actually use our voice in some way, or highlight an issue through communication. So you might be spreading a message about awareness. You might be having conversations with loved ones about your needs, if any feelings have been hurt. You could be having deep contemplations, some aspects of shadow self being uncovered. So yeah, I'm getting here that there's going to be a little bit of a fiery exchange, either between you or another, like someone here is coming forward with a lot of passion and I feel like the other person though is kind of also feeling hurt. I feel like both people in this situation are feeling hurt, just one person is maybe more vocal about it, and that could be you or it could be the other person. Yeah, so you've both been feeling left out in the cold. This could be a family member, a partner, a friend, co-worker, something that's been bubbling under the surface for a little while. There is passionate communication coming in between these two people, kind of getting someone who's in their, like both people are in their shadowy energy with each other, or have been. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and beings of the highest white light for coming and providing the Gemini collective with clarity during this full moon period. Thank you for providing the Gemini collective with clarity. We have the Lovers, so there might be some sort of decision made here, or two possible outcomes with this conversation. Let me just pull another card. Thank you, angel, spirit guides, and beings of the highest white light for providing us with clarity. Yeah, so I'll take both of those. Okay, so I'm getting here that there's been some love lost between you and this other person. There's a lot of nostalgia here, kind of unhealthy, holding on to ideas of this person, holding on to ideas of who this person was and who you expect them to be now. It's not really fair, right? We need to realize, and Gemini does know this, so it could be the other person, but Geminis are extremely versatile. They're very good at adapting and changing, especially themselves, and adapting to new situations and environments. And it could be that this person expects you to be the exact same, or you've expected them to be exactly the same, and they're not really happy with how you've changed. But it's not because you've changed and become a bad person. It's just because you're different, and this person doesn't deal well with change, and they kind of expect you to be the same, and you're not. And that's causing conflict in some way. So this person could actually be the one, highlighting why to them they have felt hurt in some way, or they have felt uncomfortable, or in a like something isn't fair here. I don't know what exactly this conflict is about. It could be I feel like it's very much connected. It could be someone you've known for a long time, so it could be a family member who really can't accept that you're a new person, or can't accept that you don't do things the way or you don't think the way they think. Like, especially if this is a sibling or a parent, they expect you to have certain beliefs that they have, and that you should have them too, and you don't. And that mismatch is hard for them to accept. They are just having a hard time seeing you as like the person you've become, even though you've been becoming this new person your whole life for a very long time. This is nothing new, but for whatever reason it was highlighted this past year, and they are uncomfortable, or they felt hurt and bottled it up, and it's kind of coming out. So the loving woman, yeah, this could be a woman who is, it could be a friend, it could be a coworker, it could be a sibling, who is telling you how they have felt hurt. I think this is the beginning of you two taking steps of mending the relationship. I don't think this is like kind of one of those things like throw the whole person away. I think this is just a blip in your relationship, especially if this is a family member. It's usually some uncomfortable conversations, moving forward, feeling having apologies, whatever, if you have that type of relationship. But I mean, if you have an extremely toxic relationship, maybe going kind of like lower contact until maybe you can have a more productive and healthy relationship. Yeah, hidden motivations. So this person may have been, you may not even realize that this person is so upset with you or so disappointed, because they've been really good at putting on a mask and not showing it, and then all of a sudden it's going to come out of nowhere. Or you kind of knew this was happening, but you didn't want to be the one to bring it up. Yeah, teacher, family, I'm not going to take all of those, but I think this person feels as if they should have a say in your life. It's almost like, yeah, so it could be, again, parent or sibling, but they feel like you owe them something, or which you don't. Like, I'm not getting that you do. It's just more of this like kind of old perception that this person has that is making them feel this way, and they haven't really come forward yet to tell you exactly what is the issue. But you may sense there's an issue, but you don't really know quite how far it goes. Or it could be that this other person has another individual telling them things about you, like kind of working them up even more, like oh yeah, you know, she said this, or did you know that she did this, and like, how do you know what I mean? Like someone who is not, instead of like talking them down, they're talking them up. Like if this person's feeling, oh, I feel upset about this person's like, yeah, like really goading the situation instead of making it better. So there could be someone kind of behind the scenes also making this a little bit worse than it needs to be, or hyper helping this, like causing this person to continue to hyper fixate on the situation. And I don't know, I just kind of am getting that there's somebody else here behind the scenes that you may or may not be aware of as well. So I know that wasn't like the most positive reading, but I think that, you know, it's important that you're kind of prepared for this conversation. I feel like if this is for you, you probably already know who I'm talking about. And you may have an idea of what is going on, but not to the full extent, right? You don't really know everything that's going on behind the scenes here. Let's see. I think I want to pull one more card here. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and beings of the manifestation. So I'm not gonna take that, but expect miracles. Okay, so those are some positive ones. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for providing me with one card for a message for Gemini today. Thank you, angels. Okay, take that one. Vulnerability and freedom. So I think after this conversation, you're going to feel a lot lighter. I think that you're also going to have a chance to defend yourself, which will be nice. And I think that there might be more understanding in general between you and this person going forward. And there's going to be like a weight lifted. So as much as like it doesn't feel overly comfortable, like this message, no one really likes to have conflict with people, especially people that they care about, of course. But I think that this is kind of a hidden gem or a hidden like gift in that it might actually strengthen your relationship with this person, being able to have this open and honest conversation. They may also, like, if you're the person who is approaching the other person and having a conversation, so like I've been reading this mostly like, you know, Gemini is going to be receiving like a confrontation from someone, like you don't really know why, but if you're the person who is preparing to have an argument with, or a conversation with someone, and you can see it getting heated, I would just advise that you approach this, like I'm seeing here that your issue with this person is based off of a lot of misunderstandings. You've both missed the mark with certain things, and you've both thought that the other person has done something hurtful, and instead of communicating about it, you've both kind of like pushed it under the rug and moved on from it. So I think, if you're the person who is going to go have a conversation with someone who has been hurting you, or who is you felt betrayed by them, or something like that, you really, I want to say, keep an open mind. Of course, if this person really did do something awful, like tell them, and maybe don't have a relationship with them if it's been really awful. But if this is something that's like, okay, I can forgive this, but I just need to get it off my chest, I think you need to be willing to listen to the other person's side of things. So just keep an open mind about that. That came through. But if you are the other person and you do receive this information or this communication out of nowhere, and it kind of gets heated, and you feel like you're being blamed for something that you weren't responsible for, that you didn't do, or that you were getting blamed for changing and becoming a different person. I think having compassion for this person as well and understanding for them, but also holding your ground and don't let someone create a villain out of you, because you're not the villain here. And this other person in the background who's giving, you know, who's saying kind of things in this person's ear, or kind of making the situation worse, like they're kind of to blame. Like that's really not a great way to be. So anyways, I'm going to leave the message here for you, Gemini. I hope you know, something resonated for you, and if it did, please make sure to watch your moon and sun sign as well, so that you can get a little bit more of a comprehensive idea of what's going on for you during this full moon period. And yeah, I guess if you like the messages, or if you like my style of reading, please think of subscribing, and if not, hopefully I'll see you in a future video. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, all that stuff, because it does help the channel grow. Or leave a comment if there's something here that really resonated with you. I'm always curious to know if any of this is clicking for people. I guess that's the whole thing about, you know, you're not really doing this in front of someone, and it is for a collective, so hopefully it's clicking for somebody. Okay, well, thanks, Gemini. See you in the next one. Take care. Hi, Cancer. So today we're going to be looking at what's going on for you during this full moon period. So the full moon is occurring in Leo at 5 degrees. It's happening January 25th, 2024 at 12:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this reading is primarily for your rising sign, but it can also resonate for you if it's your moon or sun or any other placement. And don't forget to watch various signs for you. Like I always like to watch my moon, sun, and rising sign, because it gives me a little bit more of a comprehensive idea of what's going on for me during like different astrological periods. But yeah, and also if you're a cross watcher, you're more than welcome here. Okay, so Cancer, this is occurring for you in your second house of comfort, finances, and values. You're going to be putting a little bit more attention and focus on your spending habits, your income, how money is coming in and out of your bank accounts, right? Like, how is the balance there? I think it's going to be asking you to show more gratitude for your blessings, for the things that you do have, and of course gratitude for our blessings also magnifies the blessings, and it helps us in our endeavors of manifestation. So I think that's going to be really important. It's going to be asking you to reevaluate your financial situation. What goals do you have for your finances this coming year? Where do you want to be at the end of the year? Like, what are you saving for? Do you need a job that pays better? Like, are you looking for, I'll take that. Oh, I guess we'll take both of those. Yeah, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, so I think this is warning you to not take on too much. There may be a new beginning here. Something that you, like it could be a new job, or it could be a new creative endeavor, or something that like you're hoping to make money with. But I see here you're juggling a lot of different energies here. So you could have situations at work that like fires that you're trying to put out, and you're kind of not taking it overly seriously. Like I don't know if you're giving it the seriousness or the focus or attention that you should be, as in you might be procrastinating on something here. You might be not taking advice or help that is offered to you at this moment. So I think it's, your advice here is to like open up and be willing to hear the advice of those around you. You're fighting, I feel like you're fighting against people who should be allies. So I don't know if it's because you're, kind of rebelling against, like, hi Cancer, sorry we got interrupted in your reading. So I see here that there might be a lot of situations coming at you, and you're in an energy of resistance. So there may be a lot of disagreements that you're having with people that could be resolved if you simply kind of give yourself over to this energy a little bit more and not being so defensive. I see here that you're very much clinging on to clinging on to something so that you don't lose it permanently. But I think that the message is no matter what is in your life, whether it's a possession, a person, a thing, if it's meant for you, it will stay with you. It won't leave you. It may leave you and then come back to you in a different form, in a different energy. But I see here you're afraid of losing something, or losing something the way it is now, and not wanting to let it evolve into what it's supposed to be. And this could be a relationship, or it could be a job, or it could be, even thinking that the outcome of a situation needs to be a certain way, and it's kind of showing that it's going to go another way, and you're not really allowing that to happen. And if you do allow that energy to come in, things will go a lot smoother for you. So I think that this is all about you getting into alignment and allowing things to progress the way they need to, right? We can't always understand the reasoning behind the divine or behind the universe and why things happen the way they do. Sometimes we simply have to give over to that. I do see here that you're kind of maybe resisting change here, and this change could be with your home life, it could be with your career, but if you're Cancer rising and this new moon is in your second house of finances, this could be you not wanting to give up a certain standard of living. You may have been spending over your means, or you may have bought something and at the time it seemed like a good idea, and now because your finances are maybe a little bit tighter, because you want to do other things, it might come down to you getting rid of this financial burden or selling an asset. That could have been let's say you bought a boat, and you love boating, but you only get to do it every once in a while, and it's a high expense, and you're paying off this boat, and you're paying for the storage, and you're paying for and it's this huge expense, and you could be doing so many other more productive things with that money. So it could be something like that. That's just an example. There could be a lot of travel that's going on, or travel that you have planned that you may need to cancel. And I think you're just resisting that change because it's not really, they're not easy decisions that have to be made, and you're not feeling overly comfortable with those decisions. But I think if you reevaluate your goals and you reevaluate your strategy, you're going to see that it is the best thing to do here. So I'm going to take a few oracle cards just to get a little bit more clarity on what could be going on in your situation. Thank you, angels and spirit guides and beings of the highest white light, for providing clarity to the Cancer collective. Yeah, so we have stuck energy and victim mentality. Yeah, so I think this is just you being a little bit stubborn here and maybe making excuses for the reason why you don't want to sell this asset or get rid of this financial burden, because maybe it's something that you do enjoy. Even if you don't get the chance to use it very often, it's something that you enjoy being able to say that you have, right? And it was something that you did work hard for, but it may just be not working out for you right now, and you're kind of feeling bad for yourself that you're having to give it up. but it will come back around. One more message for the Cancer collective, please. Great achievement. So yeah, I'm getting that this item, this thing felt like kind of a culmination of what you had worked for, and you know, whether this is a relationship or an actual possession, I'm sensing that it's something that you're kind of clinging onto with good reason. It may have a significant sentimental value to you as well, and that's also making it difficult to let go of it. But I think here, if you allow the energy to flow and to allow the pieces to land how they're going to land, this transition, which is necessary, will happen much smoother if you stop resisting it. Yeah, so I'm going to leave your message there, Cancer. I hope you found something helpful in this message. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more, think of subscribing to my channel. And if not, hopefully I will see you in a future reading. Hi Leo, welcome to your reading. This full moon is occurring in your first house if Leo is your rising sign. It's occurring at 5 degrees of Leo on January 25th at 12:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as this is occurring in your first house, and please remember to take a look at your other signs as well, so your sun, moon, and your rising, because there will be other messages there for you that help define and refine these messages. So as this is occurring in your first house, you're going to be potentially celebrating, having something to celebrate. It might be that something is coming full circle, that an era or an event is coming to completion. There could be professional or personal accomplishments, and Jupiter is also bringing you luck and expansion, potentially in your own identity, how you identify, and specifically how you feel about yourself now. Okay. So I think you're shaking off conventions here. You may be trying to marry between your past and your present, like who you were and who you are now, and maybe shaking off expectations, past expectations. You may have been looking outside of yourself for validation, and during this period of time you're going to be forced into maybe slightly deeper self-reflection and introspection in order to get into alignment with who you really are, what actually matters to you. You may be having a slight delay in this completion period, but for the best. It's not a bad delay, it's a delay with a purpose. It may be giving you more time to really evaluate what matters to you, because at this completion time you're probably going to be having to make a few decisions, and these decisions will be easier to make, and you'll make the best decision for yourself if you are in better alignment with your true feeling, your true sense of self, where you want to go in this next phase. Okay. So yeah, I think that as this is occurring in your first house, you're definitely going to be reevaluating, shaking up who you are, contemplating where it is that you need to go. And I think there could be, the mistakes made here in the past could be repeated if enough time isn't spent in retrospection, in coming into self-knowing and self-knowledge. So I think there's a little bit of a warning here with that I just heard all the glitters isn't gold. So it could be that you've been distracted by material success, or you've been distracted by material goals that you've been trying to reach and ignoring important lessons that have been, you know, bubbling up for you in your soul, but you haven't really had the time to deal with them because it's just not something that has really had your focus. I think here you've been distracting yourself with a lot of sensual experiences. So that could be, you know, anything to do with the senses. It could be, it could also, you know, be sex, distracting yourself with frivolous sex, or sexual endeavors, or with food, with certain types of entertainment. The moon. So yeah, I mean, it is the full moon in your sign, so this is just a confirmation. Take note of intuitive messages. This is just a confirmation of what has been discussed here. I think it's going to become really obvious to you and maybe some people around you how it is that you've been coping. So stand your ground. I think yeah, it's going to be shaking up your foundations a little bit, this new moon. And ultimately, this is for the best. It is a really, really positive time for you, but it might feel a little uncomfortable. So with the oracle, I'm getting that, you know, you might be seeking out outside help here. You might be speaking to spiritual advisors, and of course, that's always not a bad place to start. You may be seeking advice from trusted friends, colleagues, family. Maybe you're asking them like, hey, like, can you tell me a little bit about myself? Like, is there any way you can psychoanalyze me a little bit, because I'm having a hard time understanding myself. But the only reason you're having a hard time understanding yourself is because you've been neglecting getting in contact with your inner child, with your inner higher self, with what you truly want and need in this life. And it's being highlighted at this time that you're in disconnection. So I think that this is going to be a really great time for you to maybe take a slight break from things and get into connection with your solar plexus, what it is that you desire, what it is that you want, and you know why it is that you might not be in connection with that right now, and getting focused. Because once you come into alignment with that, with your inner desires and your inner knowings, it's so much easier to manifest those things, because the path forward is clear. Your thoughts, your mind, your emotions are in alignment with what you want, or it's easier to get into alignment. So I'm going to leave your message here, Leo. I hope something resonated for you in that message. If you liked the reading, please give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more like this in the future, and if not, hopefully I'll catch you in another one. Thanks. Hi Virgo, welcome to your full moon reading. This full moon is occurring in the sign of Leo at 5 degrees on January 25th at 12:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, this full moon is occurring in your 12th house if Virgo is your rising sign. This reading is for rising signs, sun and moon, so take the messages that resonate and leave what doesn't. But again, this is for primarily your rising signs. Check out your other signs as well for more refined messages about what's going to be happening for you. So as this is occurring in your 12th house, it is the house of secrets, hidden agendas, and shadow self. So I kind of got for you that you're going to be dealing with release. So you could be releasing a situation, a person, emotions, reevaluating patterns of behavior, especially those that have been keeping you in like self-sacrificing situations, potentially, you know, giving more than you're getting in relationships. And also you might be gaining a new sense of self-awareness during this time, because it is going to be illuminating these hidden areas of your life. So we have the 8 of Cups. So you could be coming back from actually taking some time to contemplate and meditate. I'm going to be getting some more 2 of Cups. Yeah, okay. So Two of Cups could be referring to a relationship, love relationship here. Usually that's what I get with the Two of Cups. You may have also had a period of time apart from this person. Yeah, so I think during this time apart, it's giving you wonderful insight and a sense of this relationship. Like your feelers are out for this person. You're recognizing that everything is occurring in divine timing. So it may have been a relationship that you felt passed you by, but nothing ever really passes you by. If it is meant for you, it will not pass you by. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and beings of the highest white light for being here today and providing the Virgo collective with clarity. Yeah, so I think maybe you could have been taking a break from this person, or you may have been taking a break from dating in general, in order to do a little bit of like self-awareness, self-reflection, and getting to know yourself a little bit better. And I think this is a period where like that work is really culminating in you feeling so connected to yourself and being able to show yourself more love, that you're also able to recognize that when you're receiving it from others. Because before, you didn't always have the best eye for seeing when people really actually cared about you, and you kind of chased after people that you had to work for, that they made you work for their affection or for their companionship or loyalty or something like that, and you thought that that was normal, right? Like you kind of got addicted to that having to work for it situation, and not realizing how unhealthy that can be. So yeah, I really see here that you've had like divine guidance, spirit guides, or just the divine is coming into your life to show you and teach you about what real love is. And this is obviously a destined partnership or meeting or relationship here that's coming in for you. I'm getting that you're creating a really, really wonderful internal space, so a very loving sense of self, loving yourself, and that love is shining through into how you treat and what you expect other people to do for you, how you expect to be treated. Because before, you've always been a very excuse me, giving and self-sacrificing person, but it was never really something that you focused on for yourself. You were never really looking for that level of loyalty and giving nature for yourself, but now you are, and you're kind of demanding that here in your future relationships. Yeah, so you're looking for a balance in emotional, mental, and physical energy that you put into relationships. You are expecting to have an equal give and take, and kind of respecting yourself here too, respecting your own time and energy, and not allowing people to take advantage of that. I think in the past you may have had, there may have been some, deception, some reasons for you to mistrust others. Let's get another card here. And because of this, you did take time away from the world, even if you still, were in, so you're shedding this pain, you're shedding the pain that you went through with the ending of this past relationship. So I see here that, there's a lot of blessings coming into your life after you've been able to shed this kind of, this past energy that was connected to a past relationship, so that it doesn't bleed into your future relationships, right? You don't want to have that mistrust come in and shape or interfere with what could be, with what could grow here. You kind of want want this energy of the new relationship starting kind of unadulterated, untouched, and I think the other person as well is going to be coming in with that. You're both very mature people, and you know, you're both going to be bringing a lot to the table and expecting a lot from each other. But you've both been in a situation where you've been, I don't want to say neglected or anything like that, but a level of giving more than you are getting. So this person understands how that feels, and you understand how that feels. So, you know, coming together with someone who can appreciate what you've been through and you understand them. And I think that this is all about divine timing. You know, you might wonder, like, why couldn't I have met you earlier? But it wasn't meant to be earlier, and still having gratitude for that, even though it's happening at a point in your life where you thought, you know, you wished it would have happened sooner, or whatever, that you hadn't gone through the hard things that you've already gone through, but you had to for whatever reason, and those reasons will come to light either now or later in your life. The reasoning for that will be given to you, but this is a gift from the divine, from the universe, from, you know, universal energy, and it's divine timing. I do feel like there will be like a sacred space created around you and this person, so that you have time to build up your trust for one another. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that message here. I hope something resonated for you, Virgo, and if you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up, and if you enjoyed this and would like to see more, please subscribe to my channel, and if not, hopefully I'll catch you in a future reading. Bye. Hi there, Libra. Welcome to your full moon reading for the month of January. The full moon is occurring on the 25th at 12:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at 5 degrees in the sign of Leo. So this is going to be occurring in your 11th house of associates, community, and freedom. So off the bat, like, the energy that I was getting before I started the reading was to explore your new ways of connecting with others, engaging with your community, like how you want aspects of your personality, expression, and identity to be exposed to others. Like, how do you want to be seen? Do you want to, you know, develop new aspects of your personality to bring it in? Bring it in here so that, you know, others can see you, so that you don't feel like you're wearing a mask, or that you're not acting in a certain way just to be accepted. You want to be accepted for who you actually are, and not for some illusion of who you are. Let's see here. One more for Libra. Thank you, angels. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I think, okay, Libra, so I think here for this full moon energy, it's going to be illuminating aspects of your personality, that, you know, that you might rush into relationships, or you might rush into new plans, new endeavors, new work situations, creative situations, partnerships here, and you're rushing in without having, or you have in the past rushed in without having all of the information you need, without having all of your ducks in an order, without seeing the full picture, and you go full speed ahead without really looking where you're going. And this is often caused, you know, you're kind of wondering why things often don't work out for you, or like something that you're very excited about doesn't end up working for you. And I think here it's you're learning that it's because you have this tendency to sell yourself a pipe dream and get too head over heels about an idea or about a person before you've done your homework. And this won't be in every aspect of your life, but if this is resonating with you, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. And again, I think I may have mentioned this, but if not, at the beginning I did mention that I am reading for your rising sign, but this can also be your sun or your moon sign. So if this isn't really resonating with you, go check out your other signs. But yeah, I'm just getting that this message is maybe about how you're going to be understanding a part of yourself, a deep part of yourself, and understanding why it is that you rush into things. And, you know, where does this impatience come from, and how is it that you can grow and mature to see how potentially taking more time, having more patience is going to really benefit you in the long run, especially when it comes to career moves, to relationships, because you don't want to waste your time and your energy and your love on things that you can't commit to. I think that that's also another thing, is you're actually afraid to commit. If you do some very deep shadow work, it might bring up the idea that you get very excited about things until it comes to actually committing to them. So you may have a deep fear of commitment. And so you're self-sabotaging by almost going for things that you know are not lasting, that you know don't have staying power. And, you know, if this is making sense for you, that's great. It may also be hard to hear, or maybe that this message isn't for you, but there's nothing to be ashamed of, because we all have issues and we all have a lot of deep things to work through. But it may be that you've been hurt in the past, and so you have a lot of fear about committing and about having more intimate, deep relationships, and not just superficial relationships. But just chasing the superficiality, you're never going to really find anyone who actually like aligns with you, because you're not in alignment with yourself. And so how can you expect anyone else to be in alignment with you? So you go between these feelings of like being really, really, really excited and happy about these new experiences, and then you go into this dark place of like feeling like this isn't the right thing, this isn't what I wanted, this isn't working out, and you're on to the next thing, right? And if you actually took time to really contemplate why things didn't work, if you took time to contemplate what really matters to you, you wouldn't be rushing into these situations that end up kind of in, so yeah, self-discovery here. You have a lot of conflicting ideas about yourself and about the world, and I think, you know, it's really necessary for you maybe to be going through the next few weeks, months, or years, like, and it depends also too what's going on in with your Pluto and where your Pluto placement is, because we did just have a major shift with Pluto entering Aquarius. So it could be highlighting certain aspects of your life that you've been going on in a manner that is kind of ignoring these bigger themes in your life. And, you know, as soon as you take the time to really contemplate and change these behaviors and bring them into better alignment with how you're feeling, you're going to keep experiencing the same thing over and over again until some important reflections are done and important like internal work is done. And that might also encompass going to a therapist or speaking to somebody who can do you know, I'm kind of getting psychoanalysis or some sort of, you know, deep subconscious work too. So it might be hypnosis, something like that. But please only go to a professional for something like that. And also, yeah, I'm just getting that there's going to be a great big reevaluation of a lot of the choices you've made, relationships you've been in, and maybe understanding why those things have occurred, and how to get out of that pattern, because I just sense here that you're aware of it, but there's still things under the surface that you're needing to understand in order to get a full grasp on this and to kind of get yourself under control going forward. Okay, I hope there was something here for you, Libra. I'm going to leave your message there. If you enjoyed the message, please give the video a like, and if you'd like to see more like this, please subscribe to my channel. If not, hopefully I'll catch you in a future reading. Take care. Right. Hi Scorpio, this is your full moon reading for January 25th, 2024. The full moon is occurring in the sign of Leo at 5 degrees at 12:54 p.m. Eastern. And if Scorpio is your rising sign, it's going to be occurring in your 10th house of public image, career, reputation, and personal authority. Now this reading is for your rising sign and for your sun and moon, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and check out your other signs for more detailed messages from there. Okay, so your first card out today is Temperance. So in your energy reading, before I even started with the cards, this, especially if Scorpio is in your first house, this is going to be highlighting a new skill or talent for you. It may be an old one, or it may be a new skill or talent. I'll put that one here. But it's going to be the first time that you actually bring it to light or expose it to people, show it to your family or friends. People may not have realized this about you, that you had this interest or this talent. You may be hitting a full circle moment in your career and celebrating some big achievements, or becoming aware of decisions that need to be made in your life. So is there something that needs to change? Is there a new career that you need to contemplate going into? Is there a new relationship? Is there an old relationship? And then, you know, there could be some decisions here. Okay. So I think in the past you may have been, especially the recent past, you know, you've gone ahead with making decisions that didn't work out the best for you because you didn't have all of the information. And so it's caused you to kind of be at a standstill in some situations here. Kind of like analysis paralysis, so you can't really make a decision one way or another going forward. I think here as well, there may have been, there may be some recognition coming your way that leads you to a promotion, or, you know, like, depending on obviously what your career is and what you do, but it could be that you're being acknowledged for something, and it's creating movement in your career. So you could be, you know, with this new movement, with the promotion, you're having to learn a new skill. So kind of we're at the top of your game with where you were before. So I have the Two of Cups here. You're at the top of your game. And now you're entering a period of kind of being requiring you to learn to do things differently, to try something new. You've been waiting a long time for this recognition, but even though it's come and you're very, you know, I guess you maybe weren't fully prepared for how much work was going to come with this new promotion. And you know, you're very capable of doing this. You're very capable of completing it. You're going full steam ahead. Yeah, be devoted and committed. So you're committing yourself completely to this new phase, to this new place, to this new career, to this new position, whatever it is. This is, you know, you've deserved this promotion for a while. And promotion or relationship, you know, take it as it resonates. There's kind of like a major event here when you're moving upwards, like there's upward movement. Let's see. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and beings of the highest white light, for providing the Scorpio collective with clear and precise information. Travel, yeah, so that's the movement that I'm getting. You may actually have to move for this career change, or you may have to, you know, go on a trip, or you may be taking a trip before you start this new job, and that could be, or you may have a trip planned, and that's a confirmation here. New supportive connections, so you're going to be making new connections in this new position, like new coworkers, new managers, and you're going to be really, really satisfied with how much help there is here. Like, you're not completely on your own. You're not having to learn this without any support, this new role, which is requiring quite a bit of effort on your part, friends and colleagues. So there is celebration here. I do think that maybe this could also be like, of course it depends on what phase you are in your life. It could be retirement, so you could be leaving, and you could be like, I'm sensing there could be a retirement party here, and maybe you've had like a trip planned for a long time that's going to occur after you retire, or back to the whole like a promotion, or you're moving into a different ranking at work. I see here that there's going to be people celebrating you, toasting you, and congratulating you for this big change that's coming your way, and people are really happy for you. They either knew that you were working towards this, or they didn't know, but they're like happily surprised. And yeah, I think it's going to be a really wonderful new start for you, and something that's going to bring you a lot of mental and emotional stimulation in a really positive way. So I'm going to leave that reading here for you, Scorpio. I hope something resonated for you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more like this, subscribe. If not, hopefully I'll catch you in a future reading. Take care. Bye now. Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your full moon reading. This is for the full moon of January 25th, 2024, occurring at 12:54 p.m. Eastern at 5 degrees in Leo. So this is going to be occurring in your 9th house if Sagittarius is your rising sign. This can also apply to you if it's your sun or moon sign, but please take a look at all of your placements just to make sure that you're getting as many messages as you can, and only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So in your 9th house, this is affecting education, law, self-discovery. In your pre-reading energy, I got that you're going to have a lot of illumination in this house. So but it's reminding you to be humble about how far you've come, because you've come a really long way, and it's kind of like you could have bragging rights, right? Like it's a very positive, optimistic time, but to be practical in how you celebrate. So don't take on too much. Don't take much for granted. That this came through. Use your strong will to push ahead of new ventures. So there could be something starting for you, or something that you're contemplating or planning. Sorry, there's some flipped over here. Let's just shuffle those. So we have 2 sevens, the 7 of coins and the 7 of swords. So you may have felt not overly satisfied with a working situation. You may have taken the wrong advice here too when it comes to, like in the past, taking the wrong advice when it comes to what to do in your career, what education to get, and you're kind of contemplating your life, like recontemplating choices made, strategies that you've taken in the past. Where is it that you want to go in the future? You're really maybe not sure about where it is that you need to go. So there's a warning here about taking advice. So I think it's telling you, yeah, like you really need to take some time here with making this decision, but you also need to be cautious about who you approach for advice, and if you even really need advice, because you may just really need to get into connection with yourself. A lot of the readings have really been about coming into alignment with yourself, illuminating your shadow self, your true values, morals, your wants, your needs, your wishes. Maybe it's getting into alignment with your emotions, like seeking out like what's the next step for you, and is it in alignment with how you feel, like how does this situation make you feel. And if you're not feeling good about it, then it may be something that you really need to sit with and contemplate about, and ask yourself some tough questions here going forward about what it is that you want out of life. Because success doesn't look the same for everyone. Success looks differently for every single person. And it's unfortunate because society really only measures success in one way often. And that would be like material things. And that's not how everyone functions. So yeah, I'm just getting that there's maybe a misalignment between you and some other people here. Could be family, friends, coworkers. Or a misalignment with yourself. What do we have here? The healing light. So you may be trying to forgive yourself or others for past mistakes or things that you've done or made or said that, sorry, there's some flipped over here. Especially when it comes to choices you've made. Yeah, friends and colleagues. So maybe you're reconnecting with certain friends and colleagues who you haven't spoken to in a long time. There's just been too much going on in your life, keeping you busy, keeping you away. And I think here, even if you do need to reconnect with these people and have conversations with them, take everything with a grain of salt. And remember that at the end of the day, you're the only one who has to live with the decisions that you make. So they need to really be your decisions made on your own time. Yeah. Honor yourself, honor your body, honor your mind, honor your soul, honor your emotions. And if they do not align with what you're doing, even if what you're doing is socially very acceptable, you could be extremely successful, but that success means absolutely nothing to you and it actually is soul crushing, then yeah, you need to reevaluate what is going to honor you. Might be brave and honest. So sometimes it takes bravery to actually see things for how they are, because seeing them for how they are will cause us to, we can't unsee things. Once you see something, once you know something, you can't unknow it, and you'll feel guilty for going against what you know to be true, right? And so doing the right thing is hard sometimes. So a lot of the times we do the wrong thing, but it's because we didn't have enough information and it was a mistake. But doing the wrong thing when you have all of the right information is kind of a worse thing to do than to make the mistake because you didn't have all the information. But when you do have all the information and you take the wrong path or you make the wrong choice, it's a lot harder to deal with the consequences of that, whether that's just your own internal guilt or if that has to do with other people, depending on who your decisions affect. So I think here you're going to be required to do a lot of internal work and contemplation to see where it is that you want to go, and base that off of your emotions and be very truthful and honest with yourself. And we have Medicine Mother with honor your inner knowing. So honor that knowledge, honor yourself, honor the knowledge that you possess, because it's meaningful and it's important, and how you feel about things is important. It's not just about how others perceive you or what others believe to be important. It's only about what you believe to be important, because you're the one who has to live with yourself, and you have to live with your decisions. So I'm going to leave your message there, Sagittarius. I hope something resonated here for you. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if not, hopefully I'll catch you in another reading that matches with you. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your full moon reading. This full moon is occurring in your 8th house if Capricorn is your rising sign. This message can also be for your sun moon sign, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and look for your other signs too to see if there's any other you should watch for more refined messages. The full moon is occurring on January 25th at 12:54 p.m. Eastern, 5 degrees in Leo. So this for you is going to be highlighting, like I said, the 8th house, which is your debt, shared assets, and energy exchanges. So the moon is illuminating the authenticity of your connections, and are they in alignment with you? And really this full moon has been all about alignments, and I have Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords here, both in reverse, but we're going to see what the other cards are around it to interpret this. So you might be evaluating your financial and emotional investments. I'm only going to take one here. So we have the Tower, reevaluating what your core values are and if those are in alignment with your other investments, and how you receive validation from peers, and if you need to receive validation from peers, and what that means for you. So I think here you've been feeling a little bit disillusioned with your relationships with others. And this could be relationships, romantic, platonic, familial. So any kind of relationship here, take what resonates. It could be different for everyone. But I think that there may have been some major shakeups here, and some deep disappointments. Yeah, I think that there may have been conversations had between yourself and this King of Cups energy. So could be male, female, but potentially, you know, someone you're in a relationship with, whether that's a partner, a friend, or a family member relationship. I think that you're really focused on how people have hurt you in the past, and you're not necessarily seeing and appreciating what you do have. You know, like, you may have been deeply hurt by a friend, but you're not realizing that you have so many other friends who are there to support you and who love you. Or you may have felt like you've lost a friendship group, but you have a really deep bond with your partner who's there to support you, or a family member. And I think that these messages here are just to remind you that just because there has been a big disappointment, loss, or upheaval in one relationship, it shouldn't color your experience of all of your other ones. Don't let the pain and the hurt and the bother affect your other relationships, because there's so much value to them that could be had here. So the Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. So what is it that has happened? That has it made you contemplate aspects of yourself? Has it given you, mirrored back to you behaviors that maybe you were exhibiting that you're not too happy about? Because it really depends on how this relationship in the past may have come to an end, and what the arguments were about. I mean, I'm not trying to say that there's blame on you or the other person. It's very hard to interpret that. I always see here is that there's been an ending, and it's either asking you to contemplate, like, even if you were the victim in this, like, was there, or, you know, you feel like the victim in this. I'm getting here that there may have been situations on both ends, like both parties could have done things better here. And that's not asking you to blame yourself or to take on more blame. It's simply asking you to take time to reflect upon certain things, so that going forward, the same mistakes aren't repeated. And that could just be like, you know, were there ways that either you or this other person could have communicated better, or before things got to a breaking point, or you know, could you have shown yourself more self-love, and could you have shown yourself more respect and not allowed certain behaviors to carry on for so long until they've erupted? Just things like that. So not necessarily that there's anyone to blame here. Sometimes relationships just end and there's no one to blame. So we have your higher self. Yeah, I think it's asking you here to really devote yourself to loving yourself and knowing yourself and becoming one with yourself. I'm just going to take one. So yeah, we have the vast universe. So again, divine timing. So we have the Tower here. The Tower to me is always divine timing and things happening as they have to happen. So sometimes we refuse to let go of relationships, even though we know that we need to, or we know they're not good for us. And so the universe eventually will force that out of us, force that out of our life, and force us to change and do things differently. So I feel like there's a bit of the hand of the divine in this. There's a hand of the universe in this, and it could be that it's trying to open you up for other opportunities and other relationships to come in here. And you just need to kind of get out of this, kind of get out of the victim mentality, or get out of the sorrow or the feeling bad, the loss, the feeling of loss here, and turn around and see what gifts you do have. And maybe I feel like the universe is bringing something to you. There's going to be a gift from the universe here. Happy success. So when I said that, happy success came out. So there is something around the corner that is very, very positive and coming into your life. And I feel that this Tower moment had to happen in order to make space for another person or a relationship to enter your life. But it was forced upon you, and it did create some sadness here in you that, you know, you're going to have to go through, and you're going to have to face and deal with those emotions in order to move on from them. But realizing that this all happened for a reason, and you know, you're not just going to be left out in the cold here, that the universe has something great planned for you. And you can't really see what it is yet. You actually probably have no idea what it is. You might not even, you know, it could be another relationship coming into your life, or it could be a major blessing here coming in, some sort of manifestation or blessing, but that ultimately this does end in success or happiness. And to just have faith in the universe, and be thankful for the lessons that you're learning at this time, and try and focus on the good things that remain, and be grateful, and be open-minded, open-hearted for the other gifts that can come to you, because as low as we can feel, there's always other highs left in life to experience. So I'm going to leave the message here for you today, Capricorn. I hope something resonated for you. If you enjoyed the message, please give the video a like, and if you'd like to see more like this, subscribe. If not, hopefully I'll catch you in a future reading. Take care. Hi Aquarius, welcome to your full moon reading that's occurring on January 25th, 2024 at 12:54 p.m. Eastern at 5 degrees of Leo. This energy is occurring for you in your 7th house if Aquarius is your rising sign. Now again, this reading might resonate for you if Aquarius is your sun or moon sign as well. So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and check out your other signs as well for more detailed messages. So in your 7th house, the full moon is going to be highlighting commitments, compromise, and significant others. So there might be a focus on your partnerships at this time. Contractual agreements could be coming full circle. There may be important conversations that you're having in your relationships, and there could be a lot of tensions that are surrounding this. So there could be tensions because you need to have conversations, or there could be tensions because conversations turn to be maybe a little bit sour, or you're reevaluating how you feel about somebody, because this is all about, you know, being authentic and having the courage in order to create the world that you want to create, your passions and joy here. So I think here you've been maybe feeling a little bit of success, but not full-hearted success. Like it's like a half-hearted feeling. I think you were really hoping for an outcome to be different, and it's not that the outcome that occurred was bad, but you were really hoping for something different here. And I'm just going to get some more information to understand what that could have been. So it could be something to do with collaboration, with community, with people that you work with or work for, or clients, something here to do with work. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and beings of the highest white light, for providing Aquarius today with clear messages. Okay. So I think you do see the end in sight of some kind of burden. It may have been financial burden, it may have been an emotional burden. You have been self-sacrificing. You have maybe been over-sacrificing in a relationship, giving too much and not getting enough back. So feeling like your emotions have maybe been taken advantage of, and not that this person has been taking advantage of your emotions on purpose, but that you have been giving a lot more than you have been receiving, and you've been feeling kind of overwhelmed, overburdened, and overworked, so that you don't really have a whole lot left to give. You're feeling like that you're looking for something different here, potentially. Great gratitude. You could also see that you have a lot of options around you, but you've been focusing on just one thing, and you might be regretting that your focus was just on this one thing and not on all of the other opportunities around you. And I think that you're going to be shifting your focus here over the next couple of days or weeks into what you actually want to do. So you could be ending a relationship, you could be ending, and take that as it resonates, because it could be any kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a work relationship. It could be so decrease with creative endeavor. So I think here you're either decreasing in your obligations, especially work obligations. You might be feeling gratitude for all of the opportunities you have coming your way, because I think that even though you're quitting a job or you're ending something here, you have a lot of energy around you. Like, you have a lot of options, so this is not your only choice. Like, you can choose to end this and move forward with something else. Like, you're not gonna have to spend a whole lot of time looking for shed old skin. This has come out in another, I don't know if it was Scorpio or Libra, or maybe Sagittarius. Anyway, so with snake, shed old skin, you are getting rid of some baggage, some emotional baggage here. It might be that, like it's had here, like you might be having important conversations. So it could be that you're getting rid of a job, having that conversation with your boss that you're leaving, giving your 2 weeks notice. That could lead to a little bit of tension here in the workplace while you work out the end of your contract. So it could be that you have to give your 2 weeks notice, and over the last 2 weeks you're feeling like this really intense tension, and you're learning from this experience. Definitely learning from this experience. It's not a bad experience. It is necessary. You are strong enough to go through this change, and you're kind of really looking forward to the change. You can take on your next role very easily, because Aquarius loves their freedom. They love to be able to change and do things differently whenever they feel like it. And I think that you may have been feeling very tied down and burdened, and so this is getting back to how you actually feel, and kind of being at peace with yourself and with situations as they are. Okay, I'm gonna leave that message here for you, Aquarius. I hope something resonated for you. If it did, please give the video a like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. If not, hopefully I'll catch you in a future video. Take care. Bye. Hi Pisces, welcome to your full moon reading. Today we're going to be looking at what's going on for you during this full moon Leo. So it's occurring at 5 degrees of Leo on January 25th at 12:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If Pisces is your rising sign, this is occurring in your 6th house of health, wellness, routines, and small jobs. And this can also relate to your sun or moon sign, so take a look at those signs as well and see if they help you refine these messages and only take what resonates. Okay, so I get for you that like you're going to be celebrating your tenacity and consistency with a goal. So you're definitely working towards a goal right now, which, you know, doesn't surprise me. Oh, we have the World and the Tower. Okay, so I think here you had a major completion in the recent past, but quite a disruption. Quite a disruption. It could have had to do with your sense of security and your sense of stability. You may still be working through that. You've been working hard, and you know, I think you need to worry about taking care of yourself and avoiding burnout, and gaining more balance in your working activities. You know, you can't work every single day and not expect to have a bit of burnout here. Thank you, angels, spirit guides. Okay. Thank you, angel, spirit guides, for clarity for the Pisces collective regarding this full moon period. Thank you for providing us with clarity for Pisces during this full moon period. Okay, so I will take that card. And I have some cards here peeking. Sorry, guys. Oh, let's take that just because it flipped over there. Okay. All right, yeah, I think here it's a message. It's a warning that if you don't take action now to find a balance in your life, you're going to be forced to take time off. So you could be, you know, working really, really hard and also dealing with like a sickness or with other obligations that are coming forward, and you don't feel like you have the time or the capacity to deal with all of them, but you still are, and you're doing everything that you're able to do. However, I'm just seeing here that you need to maybe like hire help, or you need to ask for help, or something like that, because if you don't force yourself to take a break and to do some self-care, you're going to be forced, and that's never really, in those situations, it's never really a good idea, because you risk getting very sick and being forced to take a longer break than necessary. Like it might be better to take 2 days off or a week off than to have to take a couple of months off because you know, injure yourself, or because you you know, maybe suffer mentally because you haven't been able to take a break. So I'm just seeing here that you're working really, really, really hard towards becoming financially stable, or working towards a financial goal, or working towards a creative endeavor, a new career, launching a business or something like that, which takes a lot of time and energy. And especially if you're working on that all by yourself, you might be an entrepreneur here, and this could be a warning to either like take a break before things get too bad, or make sure that you hire help who can come in and alleviate some of the stress that you're dealing with here on a day-to-day basis. So let's get some clarity here. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for providing this Pisces collective with messages. Okay, great achievement and status quo. Yeah, so I think this is saying that if you want to get to your ultimate goal here, this great achievement, you're gonna have to change something about how you're operating on a day-to-day basis. Finding peace, so yeah, taking a break. Maybe she's kind of sitting above the clouds, so like getting above it all, getting away from it all, maybe going on a retreat for like a weekend, professional assistance here. So maybe you're struggling right now to find help. You're struggling right now to find a manager or somebody who can take on the duties that you don't have time to do, or that you do have time to, that you can do, but you just don't have the time to. So yeah, you're gonna have to increase maybe the time that you're spending to hire and get good help, because in the long term it's going to be a huge difference. It's going to make a huge difference in how you move forward in this endeavor, in this career. And please take a break before you crash, right? Or before you get sick. And it could be just be like a sickness, like a cold or something, but it could, like, you know, kind of knock you out for longer than you need to, or maybe you need to work through that cold. And if you're just able to take a break right now while you can, don't push yourself through to make it to the other side and say, well, I can keep working right now because I feel okay. But if you keep doing that to yourself, eventually it's going to catch up to you. So I'm going to leave your message here, Pisces. I hope something resonated for you. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you would like to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. And if not, hopefully I'll catch you in a future reading. Take care. Bye.